Hello. Hey, Earth. I love you, Earth. I love you, Clancy. Where the hell you been, Clancy? Sarah, I love you too. I love you. I love you all. Hold on, I'm looking at my. This is going to be general chit chat. Hey, teas. Is everybody having a good week so far? It's only Monday. It's only Monday. Feels like it ought to be like next Tuesday to me. Are you doing good, Peas? Hey, Peachy. Hey, Libby. Peachy, I love you, baby. Hey, Jennifer. Sister Call, how are you? I want to show y'all. Let me show y'all. Y'all know me in notes. I love a damn note. I love a pencil. I love a piece of paper. I love a notebook. Good Lord Almighty. I can't get enough. So we were supposed to do, well, I'll wait for people to get in. I'm going to show y'all the notes that I have built up on Maura Murray. On Maura Murray, because this woman, there are so many rabbit holes to go down in this. Hold on. All right. Hey, Flossie. I'm feeling very well, Jennifer. Thank you. I hope you're well. Clancy, where you been? Where you been, Clancy? I'll find out. Let's talk about the American picking Corey's nose for him. Flossie. Well, let's just say this real quick. Thank God somebody has finally made a move on Big Brother 25. It's only been 1,000 days, and somebody has finally made a goddamn move. What? They finally made it. Hey, Kathy. And it was Raj, not Raj, Jag. I had the name wrong. I had the names, my dyslexia. You got off your ass and got back. Oh. Well, I hope you're doing well, Clancy. I know, Peas. Listen, it's both. I love you, Earth. Thank you, Earth. When I saw today, because I seen yesterday and the day before that Jag was saying he was going to make these moves, right? But I didn't believe him because they all say they're going to do shit and they don't do it. And then today, I said, what? Jennifer. So all right, I don't take my notebook upstairs. Hey, watcher. I don't take my notebook upstairs. The one I do my, because it's just a lot right there. I've got a cat that just will not get a. I love him. Don't get me wrong. He's my great big fat black cat. I love him. Juju boy. He's got to be right here. And he's not right here. He's got to be right here. So I don't take the notebook upstairs because I've shown y'all, it gets wet and it gets, hey, Daphne. So when I'm upstairs, I'll just use what crazy people use for notes, envelopes. I did this during the Murdoch case. So I'll be up there on my phone watching TV because I've taken the night off, supposedly from note taking and looking around. So I said, oh, shit. Here's a little something. Let me grab this and write it down. Oh, no, wait a minute, something else. Let me grab that and write it down. Oh, here's a good one. I filled this side up, so I went on and used the back. Deborah! Well, thank you for coming. Thank you for being. I'm getting my hair did next week. I'm going to get it cut and did Enlightened Road. Listen, I'm proud. Anyway, so I've got stupid look. Stupid notes. This is all Maura Murray. Hey, have pint. Maura Murray. Oh, this is my bill. Never mind. Take it back upstairs. still a little sick. Just a little bit sick. Hey, my lovely Sarah. Your auntie Kathy. Don't you blame Kathy? Ghost got a new notebook. I know he did. I was a little jelly. So here's the notes that I have, just regular notes. Oh, I'm not done. Hold on. We got another one. Oh, wait a minute. We got some more. Oh, stop. You better stop. Oh, no. 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 Yes. So, as y'all know, my daughter started her play. The opening night was Friday night. And you never know how, so instead of, I don't want her driving the roads. I don't want her at night driving around the roads. She's the first one in, last one out. Hey, Sarah. So Friday night was opening night. And we knew it was the play would end around 9:30 or so, or her part. So the next day, which is Saturday, I was going to do Maura part 1, which I planned to get right up to where she hit that snowbank. That was going to end Brantley, where I was going to end it part 1 on when she hits that snowbank. And if y'all remember, I kept having to move it up. I had to go, okay, then we'll have to do it at 8:30. Oh, no, wait a minute. I better do it at 9. At 8. And then I was going to have to move it again because I was going to have to be out of here by a certain time. Hey, Southern girl. So I just canceled it, as y'all know, and said, we'll plow through this. The more you look up, hey, James Blonde, the more you look up, you don't know listen, if you don't know, Southern girl, I do vintage crime, vintage mysteries. We've had some really weird mysteries in the last, I think we've been doing this 6 weeks straight, where it's just an event. Like we had one little girl that went missing within 5 minutes in the middle of the, hey, Holly. We had a woman that went missing right out of her driveway. Never to be heard from again. We've had a lot. I mean, it's and this one's no different. This girl, I think, was having a breakdown, and Southern girl, she made a lot of weird moves during the day, and then drove up to another state, got into a wreck, and she was spoken to by like this one guy that went by. And by the time the police came, 7 minutes later, she was gone. She was absolutely gone. And she has never been. We have about 2 probable sightings. I don't even know if they really are. But there, search after search after search after search, and she is nowhere to be found. Yes, Butch Atwood, school bus driver, stopped, spoke to her, didn't think she was injured, didn't think she was drunk, even though there's proof that she was drinking. Hey, Lorton girl, that she was drinking wine in the car, and some of the things that she took out of her car in that 7 minutes. All right, she put in her black book bag Kahlua, Bailey's Irish Cream, vodka, her cell phone, debit and a credit card. And where is she gone? Hey, Freeside, she's gone. Now, this happened 20 years ago. I will not touch anything that's under 20 years old. Southern girl, you should try to listen. That's why we call it Mystery Club, because everybody goes and they do their own research. Hey, Kennedy. I'll tell you, one of my sister's friends got into a car accident and died instantly walking around. Well, this girl's her airbags deployed. It was that much of a hit. But it's everything that she did up to that point that nobody is understanding why she did it. But when you start getting down these rabbit holes and you have your set, like I had my set timeline, right? And I think this timeline is scientific. This is based on cell phones, closed circuit TVs and whatnot. It's scientific facts. And then it makes you, what I've seen makes me wonder if they're facts. The more you dig, that people have, I think this case happened 5 days before Facebook premiered. So 5 days, either before or after, I can't remember. So this case took on a real weird, maybe like the first one covered by, social media. We have down to the police that responded to the call. There is a rabbit hole for that. There's a rabbit hole for which unit, unit 1 with Cecil or unit 2 with so-and-so are the first ones to get to the accident scene. That's a rabbit hole. Could you say molehill? I could do that molehill. I'll do the molehill. I will do it. All right, not a problem. They did on your friend or this one. They didn't even look for this girl until the next day. Because they thought she's drunk and wanted to get out of DUI. I think that's exactly why the hell she ran. I just don't know what happened to her. There's theories. Did she get picked up by somebody? That's a big theory. Somebody picked her up because the dogs took her scent to about 100 feet from the car. How was somebody going to get there within 7 minutes that she got into a car with? I don't know. What did she commit suicide? Is she in the woods somewhere, just really tucked in, and they couldn't find her? Aliens, and I wish I'm kidding you on aliens. I wish I'm kidding that that's a theory. Aliens picked her up. It's true. I might go with that. So usually, though, I will do these. I'll do them every 3 months. Is what I used to do. Every 3 or 4 months, like that. I've started doing them in really rapid succession, like one a week. And I mean, we've all enjoyed it. I've enjoyed it. We keep getting more numbers every time we do it. So Saturday night, I'm going to have to plow through all of this in one night. I made a new channel, though. But I keep making these channels, y'all. I made a channel called Cheap Wine and Vintage Crime. I made a new channel called, Cheap Wine and Vintage Crime. And I'm just gonna, I keep making these channels in case I ever learn to edit. I have Dinner and a Murder, where we were gonna discuss a murder, and I was gonna fix the actual last meal. That's still there. What is the other one? I don't know. I have a lot of Uber. I love you. I love you. Uber is another one of my mystery. Sheila's a good mystery. And I don't know why me and Uber are not tag teaming these things, but we are. I got to find out what my other channels are. Hold on. I'll tell you. All right. So I had Cheap Wine and Vintage Crime. I just made that today. Oh, I didn't. You know what? I made a damn account of the Real Housewives. Yeah, the Real Housewives of YouTube. I need to utilize that. Oh, a sign of the crimes instead of a sign of the instead of a sign of the times, sign of the crimes. What is your idea? Let me know, please, because I need them. Uber, I'm doing Maura Murray. Hey, Lily, you've been following. Well, see, Lily, I'm trying to, and this is really, you right, Brantley? I mean, it came to me today. I'm like, what? But I really want to do dinner and a murder because I actually have a cookbook upstairs that has well, it's the stars, but it's like old Hollywood, but it's their last meals or one of their own recipes. So, hey, Halloween baby, I didn't see you come in. I'm sorry, I was looking around. Hey, Ghost, hey, Ghost, I love you, Ghost. Um, yeah. So I've got all these. I don't know, but have you speaking on more? I think the kid was having a hard time. Um, I think she was not as perfect as her. Like they, if you watch the Disappeared, that there's a show called Disappeared, and they do different cases. And when I watched it online, and I'm like, okay, I like both the names, Cheap Wine and Vintage Crime Girl. Listen, Laura, I think this girl was having this girl wasn't as pristine and perfect as that show and her parents or her father um portrayed her to be. She had some things going on. I'll just say that. And I think, and I know this from being friends with Pirate, who's a nurse, that you can't have a record if you apply for a nursing license. And there's some, especially some crimes, I think probably that are more, yeah, worse than the other one, especially when you're talking about taking care of somebody. Oh, I feel very bad for her father. But she had a lot of things that she didn't leave West Point because she didn't like it. No, she did not leave West Point because she just didn't like it. She left West Point because she stole makeup out of the commissary, and she went in front of a you can't. She went under a, oh shit, I have it written down exactly what they called it, but she was gonna have to leave or be asked to leave, and she chose just to leave. 3 months before she disappeared, she got a hold of somebody's credit card number and was ordering food. And when the girl looked at her statement or whatever you look at back then, she noticed the purchases that she did not make. And so because Maura was using this credit card and having the food sent to her, the police just the next day, hey, Kate, the next time that she made an order at a pizza place, they just followed the delivery guy to her door and arrested her. Kind of hard to, not. Let me see. I'm sorry. Yeah, court martial. It's something like that. It was just a sub. I hate that. Hey, Ratchet Effect. How are you? How are you? Been listening. Start the effects. Oh, I got my flu shot last week, but I have to keep my COVID shot. I got COVID in 2020, and it still messes with me. Please don't get COVID. Anyway, so she had some, and on that charge, on the credit card charge, she went to that happened. It happened in November. December, she went to court. They say, if you're good for 3 months, we'll just knock this out. It's not a problem. She got drunk and wrecked her dad's car in February. Her time up was March. And then she got drunk again. I'm sorry. I really believe she was drunk when she wrecked that car in New Hampshire. She was going to be kicked out of West Point. Yeah, she got out. I mean, yeah, the sister and the dad did, if you're going to tell a story, tell all the story. Her mother, it said that her mother broke her ankle, and that's why she was never able to go to the search. Her mother had throat cancer. But Maura wasn't speaking to her mother or her sister, Julie, when she took off. That's another thing that's not there. Because if you look, y'all can look anywhere y'all want to look. Her mother is nowhere to be found. And I'm not saying it's because she wasn't talking to her. I'm saying the mother was really ill, very ill. And Maura had a phone call with her sister on a Friday night. All right, Friday night. This is when things started being not so good. And she hung up the phone and went catatonic, crying, and then just wouldn't respond. And she ran she was security at one of the dorms, right? The little security desk where she had to check IDs, everybody that came in and came out. So her balls came through. She was catatonic and just kept saying, my sister, my sister. That was a phone call from her sister, Kathleen, older sister. Kathleen did not divulge what was in that phone call for 17 years. She just kept saying it was just regular sister stuff. No, it wasn't. No, Kathleen had just got a rehab that day. And Kathleen's fiance, I don't know if she ever married him, took her straight to a liquor store and she relapsed the day she got out. That's what the conversation was about. Not just regular stuff. And it took her 17 years. It took Kathleen 17 years to finally tell what that phone call was. Kathleen's now passed away from the exact same cancer their mother had, throat cancer. Kathleen's dead. Did you watch the Octopus? I did. That's what I'm saying, Lily. It's ooh. If you're gonna tell it, tell it. But don't for 7. And not that I think that anything in that, I don't know that conversation held any big clues as to, hey, unseen, as to, well, no, I think it held a big one. No, I'm lying. That conversation could have been the catalyst for whatever spiral she went into. And listen, she went into a spiral that was deep and quick within days. Never thought of it. Just, wait a minute. I'm sorry. I had to go back up. Randomly. I believe she did it on purpose to get expelled because she didn't have the nerve to tell her dad. Yeah, her dad was really proud. He had 2. Hey, Cecilia. Her dad was so proud of having 2 girls and at West Point. But I mean, also Billy, the boyfriend, that's another weirdo right there. We will talk about this. We will talk about this on Saturday, even though I am blowing the whole thing. I'll just say it again. This is the case that, and these things are kind of addictive. Hey, state of disorder. Exactly, Halloween, baby. Exactly. I mean, if y'all follow this case, you probably heard, at least 75% of the rumors. When you get down on Reddit, my big problem is staying off Reddit. Because on Reddit, they know everything, and they've been doing this for years. There's a video on James Reiner's channel. 2 women came forward about, there's actually 3 though, but I'm going through James Reiner's feed now on Reddit. On this, because he does a lot of these mysteries. And I've just now started going down his feed, and it's just, see, that's what I say. Halloween, baby, it is. I love these. It's not that I love them. Listen, there are mysteries in this world. There's nothing we can do about it. The reason, y'all know, I say it all the time. The reason I do vintage ones is because nobody's talking about it now. Nobody's talking about the little Asia Degree or, Dennis Martin or any of these people. They're not talking. They're talking about new crimes. Sure, absolutely. They're not talking about these old ones. And I don't know. Time doesn't decrease your importance, right? These people deserve a burial if they're dead. They deserve it. They deserve people to know what happened to them. Their families deserve to know. I know we're not going to solve any of these things, don't get me wrong, but it's important to look back. I always think, because but I've got quite a bit of research, I think, and I'm going to go down a couple more rabbit holes. Not that they really do, Sarah. They deserve justice. If Maura ran into those woods, right, to avoid getting a DUI and then got turned around, and she's there, her family should, deserves it. So does she. If she ended her life, her family deserves her body back. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it sounds so horrible. If she's in, some people think she's in Mexico or Canada. James Renner thinks she's in Canada, thought she was in Canada. She told a track coach that she wanted to do, her life over in Mexico. If she's there, I hope she's there. I hope she's there. And I hope one day she calls her parent or her dad and says, you know what, I'm good. I'm here. I'm sorry. I don't think it's going to happen, but I mean, it's not. But I thought next week, not Saturday night, but next week, we actually do. Hold on. Well, I've got another unsolved 3-person disappearance, which is the Fort Worth trio that we can do at another time. But I thought maybe the week after next, if we could do a murder mystery, because the ones we've been doing, we don't have a victim. We don't know where the victim is. I thought if we switched it up and did a murder mystery, we've got a victim. We just need to figure out what happened, or try to figure out what happened. If y'all are up to that, we can do just all these mysteries. I'm fine with either one. I'm just trying to switching it up. I need to keep y'all entertained. I need to keep y'all entertained, babies. So whichever one, I don't really care. We can do them. I've got a whole list of these mysteries. One just like Maura's. One of them is just like Maura's. The girl had a wreck that involved people, though. Hold on. I'll just check my notes. I'll just check my notes. I got my flu shot and then I got a cold. Isn't that sweet? What is this girl's name? Hold on. I really need to hide the envelopes for myself, because I don't. Y'all, maybe I need to talk to my therapist about this. Maybe I should take this to my therapist and show him. He already thinks I'm weird. Oh, that's the bill again. Oh my God. Anyway. Yeah, just a little switch up where we actually have Lily, I was going to try to shove that in too. Yeah, was going to try to shove that in too, but I don't think we can shove that. I was going to try to add that to the end of Maura, but that's a whole nother thing in itself. Brianna Maitland. Oh, Lord. What's going on in New Hampshire? Because this was, what was that, a month later? A month later, another girl goes missing, car found against an old house, barn, whatever. You do? I don't feel so bad then. And yeah, she went missing too. And I think it was either 30 or 90 miles away. I can't remember. Listen, I've got too much in my brain right now. Yeah, it was just months apart. Same area, same thing. Well, except for Brianna's doors were open, lights were on, stuff was scattered on the outside. Not like Maura, who had loaded her book bag with all the alcohol, the phone, and whatnot, locked the doors, and took off. James Renner believes there was a tandem driver, that somebody was following her. And that's how she got into the car so quick, because they were following her. I don't know. We've got 2 murder mysteries. Really, Peas? Don't matter. I will solve them. I will solve them. We'll solve them. Phoenix. All right, let me see. I always write these names down. Phoenix Clark. Phoenix. And what? Let's see. I'll look it up. I'll get down that rabbit hole too. So another thing that I have been just a trash can. Everyone make sure you place all your trash. Just a trash can. Missy Beaver's Nickelodeon, Texas. Now the one I did in Texas, the Fort Worth Trio. That's one like we had with the Springfield 3. That's 3 people that went missing from a busy ass mall on Christmas, in like a cool way, or a busy ass parking lot. We don't really know where they went missing. We know that they went missing from the mall. We don't quite know. Hey, Vicky, what happened? The one thing about these things, I get them on my brain, right? And it's like I'm just like I stay obsessed for the whole week. And this one I'm going to be obsessed with for 2 weeks, because again, I could probably put this thing off for another month and I would still not be through rabbit holes. Oh, they were long identified. Sumter County, Jane. Yeah, the Does. They finally got ID'd. How'd they get there, though? That's always the thing. How the hell did they get there? That took a long time. There was also El Dorado, Jane Doe, and this is with several photographs of herself when she was alive. She was found shot, I think, in a hotel room by her boyfriend. And for 20-some years, they could not identify her. Her pictures were everywhere. And they finally did it through DNA, though, and she was actually from Virginia. So, Peach, I hope you're not just saying that. I know it's not for everybody. I know these things are not for everybody, but, it's just, I love it when everybody gets excited about it and they go and they do their own research and they'll sometimes people will hit me with stuff I hadn't heard of. I always start with Wikipedia. Because Wikipedia has been, even though anybody can kind of get in there and add something, it's usually all been verified, the stuff that's there. So that's always where I start, obviously, is Wikipedia. And then just go from there. And, I used to read the books. That's what would take so long. I would read a book about whatever, and then I would do a thing. I don't do that anymore. Now, y'all know I do them every week. Twilight Crooks murdered days before 9/11. Right. And I know that one, I've seen her husband. She went and bought bedding right? I think she bought, I can't remember. My handlers told me to be here. I appreciate your handlers. I do. Are you gonna buy? I'm gonna go into everything that Jane. Oh, wait a minute. The one that said, I think I know I know exactly what you're talking about. The one that did the happy anniversary. He was creepy as shit. Yeah, it does, Sarah. It shows a bunch of them, and then if like you click one, if I'll click one, and then if you go under it, it'll be like other ones that are just like it. I'm like, oh Jesus, stop with this stuff. But it's like a hobby, I guess. I guess you could call this a hobby. I don't know. I'm just gonna comment. I want to know: is anybody else watching the war? Is anybody else keeping their eye on Israel and Gaza? Because I can't stop. I'm watching because I know that this war, Morgan, hold on.
In like a cool way.
Y'all give me all these things. I can't turn it off either, Ratchet. I can't. I know that this is history making. All right. I know this, and I think we all know it. What happened last Saturday. And you know what? I was savage. We had fucked it up Friday, right? And I remember coming through my kitchen and looking over at, because I always have it on CNN, I always do. And I saw the breaking news, and I couldn't really wrap my head around what was going on. Came down here and did, F It Up Friday, went back up and was absolutely, I couldn't believe. And to call these people animals, animals don't do that. They're monsters that can do to human beings what they trained to do. This little, parasail, and at 6 o'clock or 6:30 in the morning, we're yanking people out of their homes and murdering them in the streets. So I thought, well, here to say thank you, Internet FBI. So now I have been watching this, and I know it's coming. I thought it was coming the other day. It was Sunday, yesterday. Catherine had we had the first show Friday night. We had a show Saturday night. We had a matinee Sunday. And after that, I took them to her and a friend to get some ice cream because they were having a fundraiser for the band. And I'm listening to Agenda Free TV. Steve Lookner, I love him. And there were just all of a sudden in Gaza, explosions. It lasted 10 minutes of just pounding. And then it stopped. And then they did it again. And I think I even put, here we go. This is it. Hey, no fear. Everybody's great. I hope you are. They have been, yeah. And when this thing got just called Israel's 9/11, it's exactly what it was. It's exactly what it was. Yeah. I mean, except for 1,400 people. They killed 1,400 people. The Palestinians. Well, let's do Hamas. So when this starts, it's going to be, is this going to be World War III? I don't know. Hey, Carrie, I just know I can't stop watching it. It's almost like, oh, y'all remember, some of y'all probably don't, some of y'all probably weren't even alive in 2001, but in response to the terrorist attacks here in America, We knew we were going to war. And hey, MS, and George Bush said something about shock and awe. Shock and awe. And a reporter said, well, when is that going to start? And he said, you'll know it when you see it. And I remember when I saw it, I went, yeah, here it is. You cooking dinner? All right. I love you, MS. I'm the past week border. 2 Lebanese, 4 Marine. I mean, I don't think I'm not discussing politics. I'm discussing world events. I'm trying not to discuss politics. So you have Hamas and you have Hezbollah, right? Hamas and Hezbollah are kind of the same. It's just that Hamas is newer and Hezbollah has been around longer, and they're like certain kind of Muslim. I mean, it's, your husband is from Tel Aviv. Is he watching in horror? Hamas, oh yeah, Hamas hates Jews. They hate America. They hate other Muslims. I mean, what do you do? How do you win with these people? I don't understand how you win with these people. I try to have empathy for the people that are over there and it can't move out, can't move. And let's face it, Hamas, hey, truth hurts. They like women and children. They like to hide behind them. That's their thing. That's what they do. They hide. They've always done it. They've always done it. They're in the middle. They're not going to, because we're not fighting an army that it's got the Geneva Convention. They have, they don't have to. Hamas doesn't have to adhere to any rules like we do or like Israel does, because they're not a state, even though they want to be a state. But they're under no, Geneva Convention, rules. So, as far as the hostages they have, I'm sure, please God make me wrong, that most of them are dead already. And they're going to just pile those bodies up around places that Israel's already bombed and say, you killed them. I heard today that the U.S. sent a cruise ship. Yes, they did. They did. Only about 200 people got on it. 200 to 300 people got on it. And the ship is big enough for 2,000. I mean, it's like a proper, cruise ship. I'm trying to have, I don't have any, I saw somebody on CNN talking about the plight of the, Save Palestine and all that. I understand that. And I think Palestinians might be just as much victims of Hamas as the rest of the world are. But I don't have a lot of sympathy. Isn't that horrible? You become jaded. I think the older I get, and I see people, and this is not a smack dab on anybody. Let me get that straight. With what's going on over in Israel, what's going on everywhere. You get people, I made a little list today. You have somebody like, and I'm no better, don't get me wrong. All right. I am no better at frivolous content. Because sometimes people need frivolous content, But truthfully, Trisha, I'm gonna bring her up. If y'all don't know who she is, oh yeah, Daphne, I'm so jaded. She's ridiculous. And she and this woman go back and forth. They go back and forth, taking each other to court, threatening each other, back and forth, back and forth. They've been doing it for years. And today I was looking at it and I thought, you idiots. If this was my biggest problem, if the world's biggest problem was somebody rode by my house or called me a bitch on the internet, we always do. We always get involved. If that's your biggest problem, count yourself as a lucky woman, shut off your fucking channel, and goddamn go do something with your life. You don't, I don't want to watch you eat. I don't want to watch you get ready. I don't want to watch this other woman fight with her. It's just dumb. It's just dumb. But people are watching it, and they always have, and they probably always will. What else I got on here? The little 6-year-old. The 6-year-old who yesterday, his landlord decided that because he and his mother were Muslim, he needed to stab a 6-year-old 27 times. And he killed him. And he stabbed the mother over a dozen times. She couldn't make it to the funeral today. And this was some ex-Air Force guy who looked crazy. And of course, he has to be, crazy. Shit like that's happening in this country now. And it's going to pick up. That's why, like, our police department here in Little B. Lynchburg, around mosques, not mosques, but, temples and stuff like that, because we don't know what's going to happen. Oh, yes, Southern Girl, yes, in Chicago. Yesterday, yes, the mother and the landlord were arguing about what was going on in the Middle East, and he stabbed a 6-year-old 27 times. And per Muslim religious, you have to bury him before nightfall, like the next nightfall. So they get buried pretty quick. You don't win. This is a battle of good and evil. Yeah, it is a spiritual war, but yeah, we have everybody. I was on. Hey, Okie, because of the war, because of the. Well, it's going to be a war. I might as well just. It's what it is. It's a war. The war in Israel. They're manning up again, trying to protect as many synagogues. I hope they're given the same. I hope they're all given the same consideration to mosques as well, because it's a sad time. It's a sad time. So that's why I'm not saying that my content is like I ain't fucking Barbara Walters, you know what I'm saying? And there's some frivolous stuff that, people need to laugh. People need to just like unwind and stuff. But there are people that just don't know what's going on because they just don't know what's going on. I don't know how. I mean, that's hard. I can't imagine that because I'm a news whore. It's horrible to say, but I really am. I think maybe that's why this week, honestly, y'all, since I think I really did dive into more of Maura Murray. I love you, Gray. Have a great night. I think that's why I dove back into Maura Murray's like molehills, because I didn't want to watch it, but I have it on. I'm always listening to it. Maybe that's why I went in such a deep dive, because I had planned just to cover the the controversy. I don't want to say controversy, but the different opinions, and just leave it at that. And this week I thought, no, I'm gone. The closest mosque to me is about 2 hours away. My new husband drove there for services, and they're very deep into the religion. What's crazy is they have put extra officers. Yeah, it's over here. Where you? Well, I don't want to ask you. My dad lives in Hot Springs, Arkansas. Daphne, just so you know. Just so you know. It's a sad state. It's a sad state. And once this war starts, we're going to have images come through that are going to be probably just as horrible as the ones we've already seen from a couple weeks ago. You're in Fayetteville. And I'm trying to brace myself for that. At the very beginning of the conflict. is in the Bible too. Yeah, this is a lot of people saying this is Bible affirming. It's just I always like to stay woke. Blondie, I have purposely down into Netflix. Yes, girl. Yeah, it's good to get away. There's a medical crisis there. It's going to be a crisis of every. See here, I just want to get in this. All right, so Iran. Let's talk about Iran. Iran is the one that trained Hamas and funded Hamas. Okay. Now we have a check for Iran for using their oil and make it into gasoline, and that check was for $9 billion. Okay. That check, that money is in a fund, and Iran can only use it for humanitarian purposes. It's the only way they can use it.
In like a cool way.
Now, Iran has funded Hamas, and they have trained Hamas to do what they did the other day. But you know what they didn't do? They didn't let one Palestinian man, woman, or child over into their country because they don't want that shit. When they've got $9 billion in an account that can only be used for humanitarian efforts, they could probably buy a couple of tents for $9 billion, maybe some blankets, some, food, a little bit of water. $9 billion, I know, doesn't go as far as it used to, but it does do well. But instead of using it and helping the people who are displaced by the people that they trained and funded, they said, no, you ain't coming over here, refugees. Oh, hell no. And so, do you ever come to hospital? I used to, Daphne. Let's see, I came when I was about, me and my dad aren't close. So I have been, I went when I was about 16. I went when I was 16. And then I went to my dad's, let me see, my youngest daughter is 17. So I'll say 16 years ago. And that's the extent. I love it. I loved it. I went to, was it McCard's? That was good. Yeah, see, that's what I'm saying. It does. And they're saying in Iran, it's like, oh, no. But they're sitting on $9 billion they can't effing use unless it's for humanitarian purposes. I mean, like I said, it would, on the border, build yourself a little. But that's the world. See, people don't know that. Some people don't know that that's what that Iran's got, trained them, funded them, and won't let one damn fucking kid across the border to save their life. And they've got $9 billion. I didn't say million. I said $1 billion that they can only use for a humanitarian whatever. If you have a few cases of water, maybe a tent, a pillow. Those are the people I feel for. Those people those women, and I'll say men, women, and children they can't stop Hamas. The Palestinians can't stop. The Palestinians can't even generate their own electricity. They can only generate about 16% of they drag them. They can only produce 16% of the electricity that they require. The water around the same. All right. So when Hamas decided to attack Israel, and Israel said, okay, no water, no electricity, no problem. And that's a horrible thing to do to people who didn't ask for it. But what are you going to do? I mean, what are you going to do? I don't know. But Iran is not taking one single kid. That's all I got to say about that. None of this is right. None of it should happen. The world should be just all this love. And you know what? Oh, you want to come over here on my side of the fence? Come on. That should be the world, right? It's not. Should be. I don't care who you love. I don't care who you love. I don't care who you worship. I don't care. I don't care. It doesn't, who cares? Be happy. I feel like I have I've been venting. I've been venting. I'm sorry. These things get to me though. They really get to me. It's people like these people on YouTube that really think that their world is like, so much huger than everybody else's. No, bitch, it's not. Just stop. Just stop. Truthfully, Tristan, just stop. That Michelle Sabat, bitch, I don't know. Stop. Bombshell, quit it. Everybody quit it. Everybody quit it. Shannon, quit it. You ain't shit. You ain't shit. This is what I wondered. Yeah, Enlightened Rogue, what do they do? I don't know. I mean, what the people would need is pretty basic when they got there. So I'm sure, almost positive that would fall under humanitarian, but that's a big word. I don't know. But this world's going to change in a couple days when Israel gets in there. This is going to be real ugly. It's going to get real damn ugly. And I don't know if y'all did know this, but in Israel, every single citizen, when they turned 18, I think, girls go into the military for, I want to say a year. I might be wrong. And I think men go in for 2 years. It is that, no questions asked. That is what you are. That's where you're going. That's why they have so many, when they are calling up troops, like, they have so many troops. It's so complicated. But you're right. No, it's not many answers. Why is it so hard? I don't understand why it is so hard to get along. I don't know. I know it's from the beginning of time. I understand that some of these,
in like a
but
cool way.
At some point, if you keep going, this is what I always say, and I say it around for YouTube, and I say it around the world. If you go tit for tat, if you just keep doing tit for tat, everybody ends up with nothing. Everybody ends up with nothing. That's just, nobody wins that. Nobody wins tit for tat until everything's gone. And then you're really not going to win. So I get that. And somebody was saying, oh, well, the United States is trying to talk Netanyahu into not doing it. Oh, I don't think so. Ain't nobody going to talk him out of that. Prime Minister Netanyahu knows exactly what he needs to do. But I know this. I was thinking, if I lived there right now, right? My son is 21 years old. He would be ready to go. He would have to be ready to go. He is a reservist. So my son, if we live there, would be waiting on the side of that wall, ready to do a, ground move. That's when it hit home to me. And then this is what got me last Saturday when they were playing the videos last Saturday of them coming over the walls, and they were at the music thing, and they were kicking this boy who was about my son's age, and he kind of sounded like my son. And that is when things got real. And then I think my other, my daughters would be right there. My oldest daughter would have 3 children that she would have to try to get out of the way. I would have 1 kid, you know what I'm saying? I mean, and it's just by the grace of my birth that I wasn't born there. Yeah, I can't imagine my son standing on one side of a fucking wall getting ready to go and invade. Those mothers and these people they've come through, I don't know. I didn't want to bring everybody down. I know I did. I'm sorry. But I mean, these are world events and maybe they should be discussed. I probably should have a panel. That's probably what I should probably have done is have a panel about it because we can all relate some way, somehow to what's going to be going on over there. Some of us here have people that are from there, in their family. I don't know. Trying to think of anything else. I'm about to be done. Am I done? Hold on. I think I'm done. I'm not sure. I love that y'all came in. I love that y'all can't wait for Maura Murray. Yeah, my heart breaks for on both sides of that wall. I really, as they say, if mothers ran the world, there'd be no war. And I think that's probably true. If mothers ran the world, there would be no war. Because I don't know how much my prayers work, but I pray for all of them. But there's going to be a winner and a loser in this. Loser's going to be the people that are innocent on both sides. That's going to be, but everybody is. I think everybody's innocent except for Hamas and Iran. This got dark real quick, and it wasn't supposed to. But I mean, we're all very intelligent, so I feel like we could have this conversation. Sorry I missed it, but you've been really. Oh no, you're lupus and you're chemo. I love you, baby. Drag. I'll be praying for you. Hey, Alan, how are you? I watched the Jerusalem post. Yeah. Alan, it's going to be something. I mean, it's going to be, it's one of those things where I tried to, have you ever had like a big storm you knew was coming? You knew it was coming, right? And it was maybe it was a big snowstorm, right? And for a week, right? They kept telling you this huge snowstorm is coming, and you're finally just all right, just fucking snow already, so we can get over it. That's the way I've kind of been this week. I'm like, all right, I'm tired of hearing about this. Just do it, and that way it'll be over quicker. Kinda, Netanyahu will. Oh, yes, he will. I go there trying to find out what people over there really love it. I really think in commentators are like, yeah, Alan. Yeah, America. We're lucky. I mean, in America, don't ever think you're not lucky. All right, I love you, too, Halloween baby. We are so lucky, to be where we are in the world and to have things. We bitch and whine about gas prices and whatnot, and it's bad. And going to the grocery store and you're spending 50% more than you were supposed to be spending, and that's bad. But you know what? We got it pretty good. Yeah, Light Rogue. I mean, select a damn Republican House Speaker. Can you hurry up? What is I understand it's a very important role, but Jesus Christ, just do your job. Hey, Nicolene 7777777. Hey, hush. Yeah, just do it. Just do it. Yeah, we're really lucky. It ain't perfect over here by no means, but let me tell you, we're lucky. And it's as is Canada, as is England, Europe. And we're pretty damn lucky. So I don't know. You can eat our overpriced food without bombs coming through your roof. Hey, Jeannie. So we're lucky. I think we can all say that. And we could get on TV. Well, we could not on TV. If I wanted to go watch Truthfully Trisha's ignorant ass, I could do it. I don't know why I fixated on her today, but it's like, these two women that it's truthfully Trisha and Jeremy's mom. And they've been going at it legally, getting charges on each other forever. And I'm thinking, and what do you win? What do you win? Whoever wins in court, what do you win? Are they going to have their channel taken away? You can't ever be on there again? No. Are you going to get the whole $7 they have to their name? No. But, see, was there an important discussion? Oh, thank you. I'm glad. Yeah. And you know what, Jennifer? I missed your comment up here. I missed your comment, Jennifer. I'm sorry. I did, though. When I get flubbered, this is what I do. Yeah, the whole $7. Oh, I'm gonna get Trisha's whole $7. Wow, look out, party. I don't understand what the end game is. People taking each other to court. Here's the thing. I can say 99.9% of the time somebody says, I'm taking you to court, you ain't going to court. 99.999% of the time somebody has a legal fund to get money for their lawyer, they never get a lawyer. Why? Because they ain't going to court. And now these two love to go to court. They had court today. Trisha showed up to court. What's your face? Jeremy's mom has COVID and couldn't come. So, truthfully, Trisha did a video on the way home from court where the other girl didn't show up. Thank you, Halloween baby. Thank you. And was going off and said, just meet me outside and fight. And you know what? So then Jeremy's mom said, oh, that's a threat. No, that's a fucking solution. Go outside and fight her. And then whoever wins has to shut the fuck up. I even told her that. I said, no, it's actually a good point. It's actually a good point. Go whip each other's ass. You don't even have to film it. And whoever doesn't fucking come back lost. I'm saying let's go. Let's go. Let's do it. Go to rewind for the true crime later. Oh yeah. No, we just went over what we're going to go over Saturday, Alan, which is Maura Murray. I will put her name here for you. There is her name. And we're going to start that at 9 o'clock. And we are going to plow through that like nobody's business. Get a drop out of that crazy drama community. Yes, Daphne. That's why I have done it. I have taken myself out of it, right? So much. I can't do it anymore. I don't care anymore. I care about what people say about my friends. And I care what's done to them. Don't get me wrong. But it's not, it ain't in my day. No, she had to cancel that. Yeah, because I was gonna go up until 9. And then she had a migraine the other day and it's kind of messed her up. I know. Right, Blondie? I know. We're gonna go through them, and I'm gonna make sure we give every single theory that there's out there enough time. And listen, if I can do it, I would love, please do an open panel. The earthquake in Afghanistan, Laura Lee. I will tell you what I think about the earthquake in Afghanistan. Are you ready for this? This will show how damn jaded I am. So a couple of weeks ago, what? There was an earthquake in Charlottesville? I know. I thought you were talking about the one. Afghanistan's had 2 huge earthquakes about a month apart. The other one they had the other day. All right, so do y'all remember? I don't know if y'all remember this, but if you do, let me know. Do you remember that war we had in Afghanistan? You remember that? And do you remember how we stayed for 20 years? Does anybody remember that? Okay. So for 20 years, we stayed over there and we trained them to take care of themselves. We gave them guns. We gave them trucks. And we said after 20 years, goodbye. 20 years of training. And the day that we leave, the day that the final dude locks the door, turns out the light, locks the door, and gets on a plane, right? Little assholes on dirt bikes from the mountains come, and they literally, the people that we trained for 20 years, dropped their guns and ran like girls. Okay? So now we have the Taliban back with our guns. What? Now, funny thing about the Taliban, they don't like us. We don't particularly care for them. But now they're the ones that are killing girls trying to go to school and shit like that. They have brought down their rules again. And when there was a huge earthquake and thousands upon thousands of people died, the Taliban had the balls to ask for humanitarian help. Oh, fuck no. No, sir. No, sir. No. And that is a horrible thing to say, but we're not coming back in that country to do nothing. We were there for 20 years. And then they had another one the other day. And I thought, fuck, sucks to be the goddamn Taliban. Because all those people who didn't rise up when they came in on their dirt bikes, sucks to be you. Sucks to be you. So sorry. Yes, we did, Daphne. We left our equipment, we left our guns, and we left them where we trained them for 20 years. And the day we left, when the Taliban came, and I shit you not, on dirt bikes, they dropped their fucking guns and ran like girls. Sorry. You know, we wouldn't do. Now that's jaded. That's jaded. But it's true. My daughter's best friend is Afghani. Yeah, well, thank God, Flossie. I mean, we had Americans go over there and lay their lives down for these people. They didn't want to do the same for themselves. Figure it out, Taliban. Figure it the fuck out. I don't know what to tell you. Yeah, nah, I'm sorry. That's a horrible thing to be, but I'm sorry. I don't care.
In like a cool way.
My damn phone. Hold on, let me see. You know that you can Steve Lookner from Agenda Free TV. If y'all don't, he's a pretty good channel. You can download the missile alerts from television, from Israel and from I wouldn't do it for no man's money, but I don't know. I might. I hate to say it, but our country seems to be growing. Well, yeah, because you know what? Listen. Our children, for the most part, have no idea what is going on in the world and how it got that way. And what it's going to take to fix it. And I say that because in school, they don't listen. The things that we had to learn when I was in school, and what I'm looking at my daughter, 17, a senior, and I make I make people watch the news. My mom used to make me read the paper in the morning. But we would read the paper in the morning, switch off right before I went to school. And I would go to school and want to talk to somebody about something that was in the paper. They didn't know what I was talking about. I was like, oh my God. Now, if my mom still gets the damn paper, retiring from medical logistics and planning for the Army after 33 years. I'm glad he's not in there anymore too, honey. I'm glad he ain't anymore too. That sounds like an exact opposite of the Calm app. Oh, yeah, it's the exact opposite. I thought about doing it and putting up my phone, but I'm like, I do not want this thing going. My phone now I got to get a new notification. Harry Styles, that's who this, when you hear, but in a cool way, that's Harry Styles. And I have to get a new, notification. I'm getting tired of it. But anyway, all right. It is 9:16. Kids don't even have to learn. No, they don't have to. They don't have to learn to write in cursive. And if they have to do a paper, you got spell check, grammar check, everything. They don't have to know how to structure a sentence because there's an app. There's an app for that. But they can. I don't know. It shocks me sometimes. It shocks me sometimes. I think kids are so at this point. Sometimes kids are so just. It behooves you, to keep your kids aware of the world and what's going on. And so, calculators, Jesus Christ, yeah, you don't have to know how to do anything anymore. I feel like it would take so much longer to write a book report right by hand in cursive. We were forced to watch Nixon's State of the Union addresses. You were 10, but you know what? That's a good thing, though. It's a good thing. That was a great movie. Hold on, I gotta go. Every once in a while, my chat will jump a lot, and I can't find what I was just reading. And that's what just happened. Sorry. Hold on. Oh, it jumped a lot. Anybody remember the movie? Wag the Dog. Yes, maybe. Yeah. Oh, listen. Hey, Val. How you doing? How you doing? I love you, Val. I just looked and saw that you put something in the group chat, but I didn't know it. I didn't read it yet. Because current events. It's not a bad idea. I mean, it's just a thing. They don't even teach. No, they don't teach them to type. There's no typing. No. Here's the thing. My kid, I hate saying that. My kid, my child, the last two children, they didn't even have, I didn't have to go get a paper, or you remember when you would first go and get into school and you got issued all of your books? You remember all the books and you had to go put them in your locker? And they don't even get fucking books anymore. There's no books. It's all in the laptop that they are assigned. A little, they get the laptop issued to them. And so by the time my grandchildren are in higher, one of my grandsons is in high school. But when my two youngest ones get up there, I don't know. I don't know what that's going to look like. I don't know what that's going to look like. Because it's sure as hell. I mean, when, I don't have to go by paper or books or even pens. So I was used to go with the two older children. There's 7 years difference between Vaughn and my daughter Devin. 7 or 8 years. And just that supply list, was like dwindling to nothing. I used to go spend $100 and at least $100 in school supplies at the beginning of the year. If you count the book bag, 150. It was just too young to appreciate. Yeah. Well, it's like in my show, I love the show. I'm not a crook. Um, my 10-year-old niece came home after the first day of school and told her mom that her teacher said she doesn't give homework. Why wouldn't they? I don't think mine have a lot of homework. I think my kid's doing college at Purdue online and working a full job, and he still has time to enjoy. He's enjoying a hockey game right now that apparently I do not think the Maple Leafs are winning, because he would be down here cheering them on. So I have to go see what's going on with that. Yeah, it's not much is required of them anymore, of these children. That's why I'm kind of glad, my daughter has the extracurricular activities where she has to keep her grades up or no play. Thank God for that. Thought of that right now. I love it. School supplies that ran out. Yeah. Well, yeah, you would. It was the fucking boxes. You would spend $100 on those stupid ass school supplies, but at the end of the year, you would get this bag of stuff they didn't effing use. And I would always say, just keep it. Just keep it, because there's going to be a kid next year that that needs it. Just keep it. Yeah. Oh Jesus, I will never miss that. I will never miss that ever. School supplies. Yeah. Oh my God. No. No. And then I would think, why are they? I mean, every single notebook they're going to need for the rest of the year, I got to bring it on the first day. Fuck you. I ain't doing it. I'll give her 2. And if she needs another one in a couple months, I'll get her another one. But I ain't doing it. I got hip to it, I got hip to it. There at the end. I wish I had done that in the beginning, but I didn't know. All right, guys, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna streamline our Maura Murray chat for 9:00 Saturday night, and we're gonna discuss Maura Murray and what happened and what we think happened and what might have happened and what could have happened and what probably happened and all that good stuff. I hope I see you here. It should be interesting. If we have, I mean, I might go live if there's another big development in the world. The Astros and the Rangers are playoffs. My boy loves the Toronto Blue Jays. He thinks he's Canadian, but he's not. He's not Canadian. So I've got to go up here and see what's going on with the because I do actually love the Toronto Maple Leafs. Alan, thank you for this. I think you got me a PayPal a couple weeks ago, and I never saw you to thank you. Thank you so much. You actually, let me tell you what I do with my money. So I am addicted to ice. All right. I like either Sonic Ice, or if I can't get Sonic Ice, I will do Zaxby's Ice. So $5 will go and get me a huge bag of ice from Zaxby's. Could not be happier. I'm telling you right now. When I'm coming home with my damn bag of ice, life is good. Or I will pay for my BritBox subscription. Again, ice and BritBox, the bitch is happy. So thank y'all. I appreciate it. Yes, Sonic Girl. Oh, hey, you have a great night, Halloween, baby. I love you all. I really do. We will see you. We'll see you. If not this, during the week. Because, if this thing blows up, I don't mean that literally. But if this thing starts happening, maybe we'll talk about it. But Saturday night for sure, for absolute. I love y'all. And I'm going to go get some ice and watch BritBox. All right. I love you guys. Thanks for coming. Bye.